What's up, Michael Mullins? Melissa?
Okay.
Bigfoot, what's up, man?
There we go. Kind of. That'll work. I just thought I would go on. So I'm putting together the chainmail pack, and this thing is getting a little bit crazy. These are 40s and 50s, so that goes in there. I just wanted to do something. Dude, the weather here is stupid. It was just about 100, just about 100 degrees today, and dude, I am the stuff with the heat just wipes me out. Like, all I wanted to do is just sleep today, and that was rough. Number 3, no, I actually did not. I have not purchased number 3 yet. I'm assuming that you're talking about the 3D printer. I'm kind of going back and forth on it because, like, I don't have a lot of demand for stuff right now, so it's not like that I have a need for it, but it's still a thought. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth. So I was just gonna go through some of the stuff that I have here now, and then see, kind of get input from you guys on what else do you guys think that should go in this pack. So this is the chainmail that Ken Peavy started, and basically it's a collection of coins that just goes to the next person. That next person takes stuff out, puts stuff in, whatever, and then sends it off to the next person, so that as it goes from person to person, the pack gets changed, it gets bigger, it gets better. These packs are designed for, for people to, to start small collections, or to start collections, to add to, add to some of the stuff that they don't already have, that kind of thing. So to start off with, I'm going to put in my scales. This is for pennies and nickels. This is scales good through AU. So if you wanted to make your own grading scale, what you can do is that you can use like PhotoGrade, and then put in the coins, as they would grade, and then use these as your reference set, so that you could just pop this down and say, let's do this one, and say, okay, so this coin right here, is this an AU? Is it better than a VF? And, then it would be an XF, so that you can sit here and actually grade out your coins, because grading is a very important skill. So I have the penny and I have the nickel set. So the same thing. It's good through AU. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. This whole pack right here. I'm trying to organize things as much as I can. It's gonna be a mess, I know for sure. Okay, so everything in here is a Buffalo nickel. So like that one is a 1930s. So I have corrected, not all coins are equal. I have almost a complete set. I think my earliest is a 1919 Buffalo nickel back here because I can read through the back. So from 1919, I didn't have any earlier ones that I could throw in here that have readable dates. Up to 1938, I have about 20 Buffalo nickels in here. So there's going to be a load of Buffalo nickels. There's going to be a what's up, Silver Nitrate. There's going to be a bunch of dateless Buffalo nickels because who doesn't want Buffalo nickels? This is a bag of 40s and 50s wheat cents. I haven't looked through those, but those will go in. I have this one right here, which is one of my quarter holders that I happen to have some BU quarters in. So this is California. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah, there you go. It's a California state quarter. BU example, it's Denver. So it's got California, and then it's got the state outline in it with CJ Coincraft down at the bottom. That in a acrylic holder. So that one goes in. Then I got this like mixed bag of goodies. So the mixed bag of goodies is this is a 2000D Jefferson nickel, but the toning on it is like this dark blue, like dark black color. It's probably something that is, a like it's environmental, like oil or something like that. I just thought it was really interesting because it was that there. This came with the pack, and this happens to be a 1999 S proof $50. So that one's going in there. A 1943 Denver XF Mercury dime that goes in there. 1966 BU penny is going to go in there. 1959. I tried to put together a set of. I think I got almost all of them, but so as far as close to BU as I can get, so I've got 1944, 1955, 1956, 1957, 1958, and 1959. Those are all like BU coins, so that somebody wanted to upgrade the ones that they have, if they wanted to have just like a solid run, so those are in there. I had some reprocessed steel cents. This is a PD and S version. They are reprocessed, they're not original, so that kind of just kills the value as far as the collectability about them. But I think something like this would be neat for anybody to have in their in their book if they if they wanted those. So I have those in there. So let me put these back in the bag so that they don't. I tried to label everything that I'm putting in. I have labels on just to kind of organize it and have some kind of identification to it. And then a 2002 proof penny. I actually pulled this one out of a circulation box. This is one of my bank box finds, so that's gonna go in there. Yeah, it's like the the reprocessed are kind of like back and forth depending on what people think about it, but so silver nitrate. What this is that this is a one of Ken Peavy's chainmail packs. So some of it got sent to me, so I'm just throwing in like a bunch of stuff. So um, I have grading scales, so you can use these to build your own grading scale guide for pennies and nickels. I've got some 3D printed stuff that I'm throwing in there. This is a set of buffalo nickels, um, some wheats, some dateless buffalo nickels. So I'm just going through some of the other stuff that I'm adding to it. So this is the one thing that I was working on the other night. Is some Canadian coinage. So far what I have, get this organized, is I've got a kind of BU 1962 Canadian 1 cent, but this has a die clash on it, so it's the hanging 2. So basically on the top of the 2, on the date, there is a little like a little upside down or sideways L or whatever, and that's what they call a hanger. So some of these that you can find are generally just one, but you can find there are some that even have up to three clash marks. So I got the 1962 hanging 2, the BU 1964, because who doesn't need some bright, good stuff. Again, 1965 BU, 1967. This is the Rock Dove, I think is what it is, the bird set. And then the 1968. That's got a little bit of stuff on it. It's just some carbon, but otherwise it's a great. So there's that. So that's in there. I've got this bag of Canadians that is going into it. I have no idea what else is in here. There's a couple of BUs in here. There's some older ones. Like there's a 65 right there. But so that's gonna go in there. So I have a good set of like starting buffaloes. Quarter. There is a dime, a $50, lots of pennies, lots of nickels, dime, quarter, $50, scales. So, like, I'm at the point now where it's like, okay, so what else am I going to put in? Like, what are some of the things that people would want to have in there, in a collection? So I was thinking about maybe some, I've got that rolls of 2018 that I can put in these. I can put one of those in there for the 2008 or the 2019 Ds that I have. So I'm gonna put one of those in, and then I'm thinking about maybe some varieties, some double dyes, or some currency is light. Might be able to fix that. I don't have very much currency. That's not something that I necessarily collect very much of. But brown, red, penny classification chart. I don't know if I could make that. Oh, like as an example pack? Maybe. do not have really any American currency to go in this. I've got just a handful of foreign currency, but I don't have much of that. I was thinking about throwing in some foreign. I've got some things that I can put together. Like I have some Iceland coins that I can throw in. Just a set of the some of the denominations. I was thinking about putting that in. But labeled for the so something like this, only red, brown, and red brown. It's just the three colors. Where is? Yeah, so the Iceland, which is just right over here. The Iceland was I had a friend go to Iceland, and she brought back a bunch of coins. So because she knows that I'm into coins. So I had an entire video that I did with some of this coinage. That's a nice little one. So, like, this is one of the examples of the Iceland coinage. So I can put together a denomination set for the Iceland coins. I'll do that. What else? I don't know, if you guys got something like this, like what else would you put in it? Or what else would you guys want to see what was in it? Because I got lots of different foreign sets that I could do. Well, at least a few. Silver? Yeah, I could do silver. I thought I had some right here. Maybe it's in my... Oh, it's in my other one. Any foreign silver? I do. I do have foreign silver. Mercs? I don't have a lot of mercs. Like, here, I'll show you guys the extent of my... That is literally the extent of my dimes. That's every single dime that I collect is right there. So I could just pick one out and say a 44 to go with the 43. Like I don't I don't collect dimes at all, so like I don't have very much. Where is my I think I might have to clean off my desk in order to find the rest of my stuff. We all know how that goes. Cleaning desks and such. Yeah, Bigfoot. Not even close, bro. I don't even have a non BU 1916 for sure. Oh, it's over here. we go. Check for a 45 micro. Oh, I've got a 43 and a 44. The 43 came with it, and I'm gonna add a 44 to it. So 4 in silver. And already lost it. Or I know where it is. It's just somewhere in here, in my collection of stuff. Ah, there it is. How about this one? 1972 German Olympics commemorative 10 Deutschmarks. 625 silver. There we go. That goes in. What else? I just want it to be something that, like, there's a good mix of stuff. So I need a thing for that. Man, it's so humid here. It's killing me. For the silver, or for which one? That's this one. I don't know where it was. It was in here. What did I pick out of it? I think the only thing that I picked out of it was, I went through some of the early wheats that was in it, and I found 2 to go in my book, and that's pretty much all I kept out of it. Okay, so this is a 43 XF. This is a 44. Philly. So this is a 1944. It's 62. Oh man, I wish it was 61 degrees. That would be heaven for me, dude. It was 90 to. Well, it's. Time is it? It's 9. It was 100 degrees today. And inside my apartment is still 80 degrees, and I've had the AC on and going since last night. I got it down as low as like 77, and then with just the heat outside, it just heats it right back up. And it's uncomfortable. It's a lot of uncomfortable. I wish that, I could go sit in a basement or something somewhere where, it just wasn't so humid. It's just, but unfortunately, the way that my place sits, yeah, the direction that my place sits is it sits basically right against the sun for the latter part of the day. Oh, I can't. just it kills me. So I got some silver in here. I got some Canadians, some good Canadians in here. I'll put together a set of of Iceland coins. There we go. I only got one $half in here that it's a proof. Hey, Mike Wolf. Oh, I need to get the rule. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know what's out right now. Hey, David Carlisle. Okay, here we go. One BU roll of 2019 Denvers in a copper tube. Right there. So that goes in. So I gotta do the island ones. I'll throw in some. We could do a $half set. Like a set of NIFC $half. That would be awesome. That'd be a killer set right there. NIFC set of $half, which I could do. Alright. What's up, ACS? Okay, so we are gonna drop This is my NAFC storage. So yeah, we'll just go through. Gonna do 2002 Denver. I'm just gonna go through and pick the first one on the. Thanks, Les. 2003. Alden Davis. Good evening, sir. 2004. 2005. 2006. 2007. 2008 I don't have very many of, so 2008. 2009. Ooh, man, there's a lot of NAFCs. 2010. And oops, 2011, 2012, 2013. I only have two, so there's one of them. 2014. Hey, Big T. Thanks for dropping in. 2015. Ooh, man, there's a lot of coins here. Holy smokes. 2016. That's my last one of 2016. 2017, I have a bunch of. And lastly, 2018, I don't have any of, so 2017 would be the last one. So I'll get these in flips. Do 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 do. So 2017 will go down here. 2002. 2002 to 2003. And 2004, 2005. And 2006. Thanks for stopping by, ACS. 2007. Mr. Alden, your box is going out tomorrow, sir. 2008. 2009. 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. And lastly, 2017 and 2016. Look at that. Look at, would you just look at that? That's beautiful. Okay. So I got islands, so I got a full set of NIFC half dollars. Like this is, I'm hoping this is gonna fit. Because I figured that it was gonna go in one of these. Well, if I put it in one of these, then it doesn't matter. So I might have to put some bubble wrap in here. Let's see, I gotta put these in like that. So I think some of like these random floaty things that I might put in like bubble wrap to put I have no idea if that's what it was. I'm not I'm not paying attention. And I don't even know if I can well, I guess yeah, I could probably weigh that. What's up, Mike Badger? Stop now, CG. You might as well sign up for indentured servitude if you had any more stuff to that back. Oh, I mean, cause like, how cool would it be if, you know, somebody who is getting this, like say, hey Laura Day, say they don't have like NIFCs or say they, you know, they don't have, you know, some of the things. How cool would it be to, you know, to get something like that? So I got a little bit of space. I'm gonna put some of these in bags so they don't flop around, and I'll put some bubble wrap in there just to give a filler. But I think I'm gonna throw in some island coins, and then call that a day. I don't know. That's kind of heavy. Let's see. I don't know what my scale goes to. I don't know if my scale goes up that tall. 2 kilograms. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. Load. 1 ounce grams. Yes. Ounce grams. Hey Lincoln. Mike Badger, I'm putting together a chainmail pack, and I'm at 1,075 grams. So we are at 2.3 pounds. Oh, I guess best to overdo it. What do you guys think? 2 pounds is good? 2 pounds good enough? Just call it there. Put this stuff in this bag. I don't know if I just put all this in this bag. How about that? Claim yeah, that's what the goal is, Mike, is just to have a good mix of stuff, because you know, there's a lot of some of the stuff that people Laura, yes I do, in fact. I have to be specific about where I put things. Oh, look at that. Won't you just look at that? Do a little bit on top, and this would be beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, Alden just bought it literally a box full. So what I did is I used a penny box. I used one of these penny boxes, and I had it filled with tubes. In fact, I think I have a picture of it. Do I still have a picture of it? What's up, Seven Wonders? Yeah, here you go. And that's what it looks like sitting in. Those are 2 bank penny boxes. So if you wanted to see a lot of tubes, and that took a little while, but you know, picture, you know, each one of those boxes or one of these, you know, yeah, that's a lot of tubes. But I think they're neat. I mean, where else, you know, where else do you get, you know, a copper colored penny tube? I mean, how can you go wrong with these things? I mean, these things are awesome. You can't find them anywhere. You can't buy them anywhere except from me because I made them. So that's where I'm gonna end in this box. So that's gonna go out to a cool cat, and we'll continue the adventure. Continue the adventure. Oh dang! It's gonna. I think it's gonna be a cool pack. You know, I actually thought about that, Mike. Especially with all of the different colors. You know, I could color code um, the rolls because I have most of these already designed that I could just get that color of what they would normally be. Like quarters can be well, but between silver and gray, like between nickels. But to go, I can use the same color scheme. Excuse me, I'm gonna learn how to talk. Like the boxes, um, where you have the blue ones for nickels, the red ones for pennies, the brown ones for $half. Like that kind of color code, I could do that, so that you know somebody who just walked in would be able to to know exactly what they have. Goes this way. That's a thought. Seven Wonders, yes. These are all 3D printed. I designed them and I am printing them. So I have lots of different ones that I've printed in different shapes and colors and heights and denominations. So these are some early ones that I did. This is dimes. Yeah, this is dimes. What's up, Blues? This is quarters. Yep, this is quarters. I made one for $half, which is that size, and I made one for. Let's see, those are also quarters, so that's a quarters. These are pennies. This is a BU roll of 64, I think, of pennies for that one. And then let's see, what else do I have $half. I have that's 74. That's a 70 roll of 74. $half quarters. I've got one for that I made for Eisenhower dollars, so I have that one. Yeah, and the best part is that like if I have one of the coins, then I can just model them to fit and then print, however tall that you wanted them. If you wanted to put them in a different denomination, but like I got test rolls and like loose ones just chilling on the desk here. Go for it, David. It's all good. Yeah. I'm not holding anybody here. If you guys wanna bounce and you wanna go check out other people, by all means. It's just I'm just in here just yakking my face off because that's what I do. Yeah, I could. But it's the cost of them though. the cost of a patent is expensive. It is really expensive. But it's one of those things that I like doing just to have something to do. A lot of these things that I have come up with are just ways for me to help manage my coin chaos. You know, so I've got I was working on this aspect of it. Let's see if I can get this out without breaking it. So I was working on this to have so you could stack up rolls like on a desk or something, and these interlock into the next set. So you can have another set sitting on top of these, and this fits all the way from penny all the way up to quarter roll size. These are designed. Think you like the sound of the printers running? Yeah, a little bit, Mike, sometimes. But I designed this so that I can print this entire thing I can have this entire thing like stacked up, and I can print this all at one time. So yeah, it's helpful sometimes. So I'm still kind of working on some of the designs on this one, but it seems to be pretty sturdy, you know, as it is. But I'm sure I could finesse it with some flared pieces on it. But I mean, you know, to be able to even just stacks of, you know, rolls, I don't know, like whatever reasons. This is the kind of stuff that I come up with. And I just have it sitting over there because reasons. Melissa wants one of those. Yeah, for sure, Mike. You know, it's just it's the aesthetic of it. I think is what would be kind of neat. So and with this design, it's designed so that one rack basically can fit, you know, any denomination of tubes, um, any denomination of tubes up to, like, what do I have? Do I have quarter or do I have half dollar? I have quarter. The quarter tubes are the biggest ones that will fit inside these rolls. The half dollar tubes are much more, you know, much more rounded. They're like this, and they sure won't fit. They won't fit. Come on. Oh jeez, come on. That's exactly right, Mike. What good is collecting things if you can't enjoy looking at them? So I had designed some. My first designs for the half dollar tubes were these, and this is basically a roll of half dollars, and this is an NIFC that I have, you know, printed into the top. Made a little bit bigger one so that I can fit an entire roll. This one is 40% that I colored in just to make it darker, to make it readable. So that would be all my 40%. At least this tube is. And then, you know, just a blank face, half dollar. That one's more 40%. But just something like that, so that, you know, you could have these just chilling. also have these. I got a bunch of the. I did make a 3D card. I did. I sent them to Lemon. Lemon has them, and they are fantastic. I didn't make a 3D card for myself, but it's not without possibility. And no Morgans? No, I haven't made anything quite that big. The biggest one that I had, that I was actually just using for a temporary holder, was I had made one for the Eisenhowers. So I have made them as as big as that would fit for the Eisenhowers. Yeah, for me, I actually have some basic business cards made up for myself, and it just has my contact information on it. What's up, RB? I haven't tried the Morgans or the Peace Dollars. Um, I don't have very many of either one of those. Um, but I mean, the biggest thing is I have the basic design, so all they would have to do is just have use one of my Morgans as a as a base piece, and then just um, Morgans and Ikes fit the same tube? Okay. But I can basically take, this overall design and then just scale it bigger to fit the um, to fit those dimensions. So that part's not too hard at all. So I in the theory of talking about what's available, I can make them. It would be handy to somehow put the ears on the racks, or maybe a clear cap for the tubes. They look too good to put in. Well, and like these are printed flat, Mike, like really flat. Like I print on glass, so that you could literally write on these if you wanted to, or just put one of those some of those small stickers on it, like those mailing labels or whatever stickers on it, so that you could label and see all of the ends of the tubes. Like one of those round, like the round dot. Those would go perfect right there. And you could put the year. Do you want to build a snowman? What's up, Clinton? Make sure I got it. I think I got everybody. So that's really what I've been working on recently. Um, well, but with those stickers, depending on what kind of sheets that you get, there are some sheets that you can put into your printer, Mike, and then you could just print the dates out on it, and then just stick them on there so that it's clean. I'm not quite as organized as Ken. I still have my paper my paper things that I write on. But that would be like if you're worried about like legibility, that would be the easiest way to do it. Is just to print it out directly on those stickers and then put those stickers on the ends of the tubes, so that you can see exactly what it is. Okay, it dropped 1 degree in here since I started streaming. 1 degree. It's still 79 degrees inside. Oh, it's so hot here. So uncomfortable. I was putting together a chainmail pack. I think I pretty much got it capped out. I'm sitting at just a hair over 2 pounds, but it's pretty legit. Too legit to quit. So at least I think so. I mean, there's plenty of really great stuff in it that anybody can add to or start their own collection of it, for sure. For sure. Too legit. Too legit. Yeah. Dude, my desk is in like this perpetual state of like cluster. You have a new project for me, Alden? Okay, I'll email you. You want an email right now or just an email soon? Because this last project took me took me a grip to do. I'm emailing you right now. Then. 1 second here. What's up, Coin Hunter? Yeah, Clinton, I got it stuck in your head now. It's stuck in your head now, man. What do you think about that? You're gonna be thinking about it all night. Okay, Alden, you got an email, bro. Better be a good one, Clinton. So start singing the Electric Avenue. Oh, dang. All right, Clinton. Here you go. Ready for this one? Walk like an Egyptian. Oh. Get some bangles going on. Oh, I was just gonna go there too. I was just gonna go. That was gonna be my next one, Clinton. I love Shack B-52s. I love that song. Love Shack. Diabolical. Diabolical. Um, Actually, I have a decent amount of people in here. I have been trying to piece together um, a sale, um, a sales show, because I've got this giant bag of stuff that I cleaned off my desk that I would like to go through. So I know Coin Dragon wanted to get on it because what I was thinking is if we could do a couple of people, so that there's more choice going on. But the time frame is has been an issue um, in the past. So if you guys wanted to do or come to a show, when would be a good time for me to have that one, or just like anytime during the day? Because really, I don't know. It would be the thought was is that I would be um, what's up for sale, Lincoln? Well, I got the list if you really want to know. The sale would probably be on my channel, and it would be yeah, it would be here on YouTube. But the idea would be is that if there was a couple of channels that wanted to come in um, and do a sale, that way, there isn't issues with streaming over, somebody else, or um, something like that. And with more than one channel, there could be a better variety of items um, for people to see. So, but well, and the biggest thing is that I don't feel like that I have the ability to do a sale show as a regular thing. It just is a once in a while thing. Because I think I've only had like one or two, and I think the last one I had was in like January. So, but I have right now a collection of stuff. What's a Brave? Um, I just have a collection of stuff that it's 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 not it's taking up space for me. Is what I'm saying. What's up, Cajun? Cajun, come on to. Rank is in here. I know I shouldn't worry about it, um, but the uh, what I feel like the opportunity would be is not drawing enough people. That's what I'm worried about. But I guess that's just one of those things that is a that's just gonna happen when you don't live stream very much, I guess. But as far as like what some of the stuff I have, it's a giant bag of goody goodness. I have some slabs. I've got some books. I've got some. Uh, let's see. I've got book number 2 and 3 of the Lincoln Cents, and 2 more of the third books for the Lincoln Cents. So I have those. got some slabs. I got, there's this one. I've got, you need books. What kind of books do you need? I've got the, what is this? This is the 2004-2005 Nickel Westward Journey series. I have that put together. I don't know if this was a set or if this was... This one I picked up, but I really don't. I don't know. This may be something for somebody else, but I ended up getting one of the 2017 P gem uncirculated with the Lyndall Bass signatures from NGC. So there was a deal going on for those. Have that one. I've got a 2018 Proof 69 Decam Jefferson Nickel. I have a 2009 MS67 Red Annex Lincoln Cent Formative Years. I've got another Formative Years MS67 2009. This one I picked up. I thought it was really kind of interesting, but this is a presidential proof set. So it's got a 61 penny, a 73 quarter, a 64 nickel, and a 64 Roosevelt dime. So I thought that was kind of neat. I don't know where I got this one from. I've had this one for a while though. So I have some things that I just have in that I just have pulled off the desk. I will have some more stuff. I will have some errors and varieties to unload because I just have stacks and boxes and things of it, and I would like any cheese. Actually, where's that cheese? No, I used to have a cheese. It was yellow. No, Cajun. I was just talking about that. I would like to have a sale soon because I've got a bunch of stuff that I would like to unload. It's just taking up space for me right now. So I was just showing off some of the things that I have. Yeah, Laura, that was cool. That was cool that you won the Big Show. Those Big Show packs are really neat. That they are really neat. You haven't even won a small show yet. I remember I think it was my first one that I won, and that was the one that I got the 20-cent coin out of, and that was such a cool deal. Such a really neat deal, for sure. Comes in a giant box filled with packing material. Yeah, Laura, I was tripping when I won mine, but yeah, I mean um, it's so cool because you're like, like the realization of, wait a minute, like what exactly just happened? What exactly just, you know, wait a minute, what? So yeah, it's definitely neat. I like this. Never guess what I just got doing. Okay, if I won't ever guess it, then you're just gonna have to tell me there, Clayton. It took like 2 years to win it. Just got done doing it, not spitting. I don't know, Clinton. What do you got going on, buddy? Nice, Clinton. I'm hoping that in the next couple of days that I can really get some more videos out. I've been working on getting nice examples of some early commemoratives and some early so-called dollars, um, that just to really add to the history. And there's a couple I have been able to pick up recently, um, and one of them is this one. So this is what is a so-called dollar, and this happens to be a Lewis and Clark Centennial Exposition so-called dollar, um, when it was held in Portland, Oregon. So this particular one was designed to be on some jewelry, with the loops on them. So you could tell like it's basically got a proof-like finish on it, and man, these things are neat. So, but I've been trying to find more stuff like that so that I can show some of these examples. And that one I actually got for, I think it was like 10 or $15. So I thought that was really cool to find one of those. Oliver's finding sleeping more. Mm. What else Oh, I also, if you guys are on the YouTube coin community, I did post a picture of this one. This is a 1972 Denver, and what's interesting about this one is that this is a struck with a clash die, um, but the there was more than one event on the clash, so I don't think that I could show it. Well, you can kind of see it, but right above the Y, um, there is actually two bays that overlap each other. just north of the Y. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is the only example that I've ever, and this I coin roll hunted, and found this one because I thought it was weird because I saw some stuff down here, um, just next to his, um, behind his shoulder here, that resembled a clash, and I started looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, like there's more than one set of bays there. That looks cool. So this is the only example that I've ever seen of a multi. I don't know specifically what it's called, but it's either a multi-event or a multi-die clash. I think it's a multi-event die clash, because basically like it clashed and then clashed again, but just it's offset enough that something, something turned. So if one of the like the obverse, the the hammer die had rotated a little bit. So that's a really neat find for me. I got coins all over my desk here. Coins. 2003 to 2003, 36. 36. So 2000. This one I need to. This one I need to hold on to. It's a 2000D Lincoln DDR, but it's big enough that it could be attributed if I wanted to get it attributed. Double Clash Obverse DCO? Okay. I didn't know if there was a specific labeling for that or not. You just made it up?
Well, it sounded good.
Attributed. So there is a 2000D Lincoln Cent with a double die reverse that is big enough to be attributed, to be given an actual attribution that does not currently exist on copper coins. So I was deciding on what I need to do with that one, because the extra column is big. It's big enough to be seen. Yeah, it would be a discovery piece. It's a minor double die reverse in the terms of double dies, but a double die reverse is still a double die reverse, so I'm okay with that. A bunch of Canadians that I need to do something with. I don't know where my Canadians went. Where did my Canadian stuff go? Yeah, the USB scopes are really, really worth the time and effort to get one, in my opinion. There's a couple I haven't heard of yet, like which one was on Blues' last night? Was it the one that we were talking about? think that maybe the clashes do not happen at the same time. They could have happened with two different dies at different times. It could have clashed separately, but usually when they detect that a clash has happened, they pull the dies out and polish them out. The fact that both clash events are evident on the coin means that they have not discovered one or more of the clash events to pull the dies out of service to polish the clash marks out. But I would think even running a press, like you would hear, or they would have, a sensor or something that would detect a clash event, because the strike chamber pressure would be significantly more than if a coin was in the striking chamber. So, but the few clashes that I found, it's usually just a single clash, or leftover clash marks from that have been polished out. Oh yeah, Cajun, that's the indirect design transfer. It's not a clash. It has to do with the pressures of the strike. Yeah, because if that was a clash, then there would have been clash marks. Um, there would have been polishing marks, and there was none of that evident on the coin. Right there, Clinton. And the biggest thing with um, the USB microscopes is lighting. Sometimes you can get the lighting at an angle, a little bit, so that it's not directly on top of the coin. Um, but you will have to practice your lighting setup around, because believe it or not, it can get really hard to get good pictures, especially on proof coins, specific on the because of the lighting. Lighting with proof coins is rough, very rough. Okay, Clinton. I will check my email. Alden, I just got your email, man. Huh. Yeah, I got my scope off of Amazon too. I just have the pluggable USB. Um, that's the brand of it, is pluggable. But yeah, I just You can pick them up for about $20 usually, right around there, depending on what kind of stand or something that you get. Alden, are you talking the new one, or because the part that I worry about is some other finer details. But I can definitely play with it and see how much I can get out of it. What's up, Ramon? Yeah, I've got the same one Clinton has, is the pluggable 2.0. Yeah, and you can buy standalone uh, stands to put the scopes onto, and that's I've been kind of kicking around that idea back and forth, like between trying to 3D print one and then just buying one. Like there's one that I really want is the aluminum base one with this that has the it's all metal, because the plastic one is too floppy for me. Just the name. Just the name. Like the name in the banner. Because for Alden, if it's the name in the banner, then I can do that. I'm like 98% sure that I can do that. Or just Coin Corner on it. Okay, Alden. Let me model something, and then I can send you a picture of kind of what the idea is, and then you can tell me kind of which way that you want to go with it. But yeah, I can do that for sure. For sure. Drill press stands. Her hand drill works great as a stand. Yeah, the drill press stands. Yeah, like the mini ones. That would work. Okay, cool, Alden. Write that down. Man. Yeah, I'm waiting for the pictures to come in, Clinton, to see what we got going on. How many how many pictures did you put in there, Clinton? Yeah, I know, Laura. Um, that's been on my mind for a little bit, but I still got a ways to go before that's even a reality. My progress is kind of slow. Like, I think in the last month, I think I've only gained like three, like 3 or 4. but you know, it's not something that that I'm trying to push right now, because I want it to be organic. But yeah, that's definitely been on my mind. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers. That would just be the coolest thing, you know, since since coming on to YouTube and starting with starting with just a channel just to put out information and then getting to this point. Keep doing what you're doing, that's gonna change. Yeah, thanks, Laura. Yeah, Mike. I mean, the whole point of that format is to have, you know, possibly 3 or 4 people that, just like me, that has, that may have an issue as far as timing or just, like whatever. But how cool would it be to have, say somebody like me that just has some stuff, to get rid of, but I don't have enough, nor do I deal in coins enough to have a regular show. So to have somewhere where like 2 or 3 people can come together at one time and, say they only have like 3 or 4 coins, that's something that they could just do. Um, all right, Melissa, thanks for coming in. That would be, that would be a spot where they can come in and they can sell their 10 coins and then they can bounce. Like there's nothing wrong with that. For somebody who only has, just a few things, or maybe they want to get started to have their own sale. I think that this would be a good, a good setup. And we could set this up just like, kind of the coin Q&A, where it is a panel. I guess there's a lot of shows that have panels, so it's not just the Q&A, but a lot of shows that have panels where you could have, one person, presenting as, as whatever the coin is, and then while they're setting up their next one, it could go to the next person, so that it's not just one person the entire time, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But it also gives the person that is doing the selling aspect some time to get stuff organized. Um, I think that would be, beneficial. So, I am just trying to come up with a time or a day where I can come on, and or it doesn't necessarily have to be on my channel. It was just my idea. Um, that some people can come together on a channel and be able to do something like that. So, um, so that could facilitate that. So, yeah, it's just something that I've been thinking about, um, to try to find a happy medium over, the benefits of, selling some excess coins, and not, you know having 4 or 5 different channels trying to stream over each other. Um, uh, 4 or 5 channels would join into, so that you wouldn't have 4 or 5 channels trying to stream over each other for the same thing. So it would mean everyone gets a turn doing an auction, get rid of on water collection and double as they have. Yeah, and that's exactly the point, Alexander. Mike, I will keep you in mind, man. Who besides Amy? Cheapskate is on Monday, I believe. And then Mantix is on Monday. It's like it's more and more where there's no happy medium. There isn't free time because somebody is always streaming in a quote unquote time slot, even though nobody owns a time slot, but it's going to be one of those things that it already happens now, and it's only going to get worse. So that's why I had this idea to have, maybe one of those slower times where 3 or 4 channels could get together and do the same thing at one time, then having that space and that time to do it. I thought about late night, but then what is your audience draw? Because really, if I look at any of the analytics for I was looking at the analytics on the Coin Q&A, and about 2 hours, it really just drops after 2 hours. So I was thinking maybe that would be one of those things where if you had more channels in there, then there could be some flex time in there so that it wouldn't just drop off like a rock, and it would have more exposure to to a lot of different coins, because Lemon brings a lot of great coins to auction. Cheapskate brings coins. Mantix has their auctions every other Saturday or Sunday, or I don't even remember anymore. Lawson has his, it seems like all the time now. And then Ken has his on Fridays sometimes, and so it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just trying to find a happy medium. I don't mind being kind of the organizer of the event per se, to get it all together. But it could be something where if one doesn't necessarily work during the day, then we call it after a couple hours or whatever, and then try to pick it up later that night, so it gives people a break of of what's going on. Because I can tell you guys, right now I'm at an hour and 38 minutes, and we are about half of what half of the people watching than where we were 15 minutes ago. So there are times where it drops off because it's only one person. Now if you had different people, then people can come and go, and still be able to pick up stuff from the different people. So, but I think instead of doing a set time, because that is one of those things that not everybody has has the, I guess, inventory, the coin to sell. That way, it would be an organized event where, say, say on, a day around like 4 or something. Next Thursday, not Thursday, but next Wednesday or something like that, where a number of streams could get together and have it planned ahead of time, so that as we talked about it in the other on the other channels and on their own channel, promo videos or whatever, so that it would be a a an event, because a lot of these like I only have enough extra stuff for like maybe one show. I could probably do like a couple hour, maybe a 3 hour sales show, and then like that's it. That's what I've got. But that's just me. I mean, if people wanted to jump in on that, then yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Oh, I know exactly what those are. Is Clinton still here? Or did he take off? A lot to do keeping up the property alive, and I'm sure I am not alone. Yeah, and with the Hangout setup, with the same premise that it would be a live thing, so that any coins that you are trying to sell, you could show the coin, both sides, under a scope, like whatever, all of that would still be in play that a regular sale show would have. So, I mean, that's what I'm working with. Let me check something real quick. This is. If you guys don't have a mic set up, go on to Amazon. The one from Amazon that I got, the brand on it, on the actual mic, it's a condenser mic, and it's the brand on it is Tonor, Tonor. I really like it. It's really easy to set up. I know Blues got one similar to it, under again a different name, that is exactly the same setup as mine, and I really like it. So I have this camera right here, that I have, and then right above it I have my mic set up, so that I have a good, working space around my setup. So, but a lot of laptops, some higher end laptops can do it. Although if you're going to be do streaming, then I would lean you towards an actual desktop, because I've tried using this laptop right here, this one that I have, and it worked kind of, but it was rough. Like it was really really rough to stream it. Like it could do it, but it's like it's really choppy, and it doesn't have the graphics processing power. So that's why I built my little computer, which is my streaming computer. Um, and I just lost video. I don't know why. I lost video on my computer. Okay, anyway. I think I'm still live. Yep. So I built a kind of a small desktop computer, and that thing works great. And it's, it's not super heavy in graphics, but as you can clearly see, like it runs really well. I've been streaming for an hour and 45 minutes and have everything tuned. So my drop frames, I'm at 70 drop frames through that entire time, which is less than 0.1%. So that's fantastic. So it works great for my setup. So, but I'm doing a lot more than just live streaming. I'm doing a lot of other graphics and stuff on that computer. I'm doing recording video and doing a lot of that stuff on there. So there's other stuff that I'm using that computer for. But yeah, a lot of it just has to deal with processing power, um, both in the computer itself and its graphics capabilities. Some laptops, they just don't have the processing power in either graphics or base processor to be able to handle some of that stuff. That's all. Been experimenting with document cameras to excellent for clarity and depth of a clone. As far as pictures or video, Mike? Yeah, Alden, what you're talking about is what I'm doing right now. So I have my streaming computer over there. Um, so it's up on that screen, and then I have my laptop right here, where I use to monitor. I could have it all on one screen if I wanted to over on that end, but it's just easier because I can type in everything right here, and then I know I got space. External hard drive really doesn't have anything to do with streaming though. Yeah, I really like this setup because it gives me enough space on my desk that I can do stuff, and if I need to do something over on my streaming computer, um, all right, I'm gonna show you this. This is gonna be a weird setup, so just bear with me. Okay, you ready for this? My tour of my setup here. This is gonna look like garbage right now. So basically, I have this boom right here. that I got separately, and then I put the camera mount onto. But I had the same thing that my mic came with. So what I ended up doing is putting these two pieces together right here, so that this bottom piece holds the post that my camera goes into, which looks like this. This is ugly, I know. That looks like this. That goes into the base of the camera stand, and then so the top of that post. Let's screw this back in. The top of that post goes into this piece right here, so that I can put my camera facing down right here, and then I can have my mic right above it. So that's my setup. And if I need to move this around, I could just move this around. So that basically on the same mounting system, I have both my camera and my mic set up on it. Yeah, so I had one arm that worked better than the other one. So that's the one that I kept, and I just ditched the other one. Oh, oh, Alex. Oh, Alex. Okay, Alex, here you go. I have my streaming computer. This is a server computer. This is a server motherboard with 2 processors. I'm running, both of these processors are quad core. So I'm running 8 physical cores, 16 virtual cores. So there's that aspect. And then we go over here, and I've got printer number 1, printer number 2, and then over there I have my son's computer, and I have an extra laptop that's right there. And that's just that side of the room. I do things. I like to tinker. I very much like to tinker. So computers is I've always been into computers. So it's just naturally, and so the reason why I built the server computer is because my son likes to play Minecraft. So I decided that I would rather have him playing in a world that is controlled. So everything inside, that resides inside that server is something that I have control over, versus him being on a public server where he could be exposed to stuff. He really enjoys that because he can play, any mods, any extra programs, any texture packs, or anything that he wants to do in a Minecraft world. He now has control over that area. So yeah, I like technology. I tinker a lot. I've got more stuff around on that side of the desk. So much that I had to get shelves to put it all in. So yeah, it's interesting. Had some setup. I like to tinker through projects to go at the same time. slow down on the process. Yeah, tinkering is fine on multiple projects if it's only a little bit at a time. But if you're actually like working towards a specific goal, then just focus on one until it's done. I have bought several lights for the craft room and the wood shop over the years. I'm good at setting up mechanical things, but the computer side I'm a little lost on how to set it up. Um, Mike, it really just depends on what works for you. Because ideally, what I would like to have is this setup right here, where I have this, and then this is my monitor for my streaming computer. I would like to have a second monitor over here, so that I can put something up on the wall. What I would like to do is I would like to build um, a smart mirror to hang up on the wall behind my laptop here. And the smart mirror is basically like a computer screen behind a a piece of glass, like a piece of mirror. Um, and then I would have it hooked up to um, have it hooked up to my Wi-Fi so that if it's like weather or news or anything like that, I could have that going right here so that I wouldn't have to, use any of my other stuff um, and go on there. Are are what expensive? The 3D printers? Um, it would be all hand built. So the dollar amount that I would put on that project would be around $100. So I don't know if that would be necessarily expensive, but it would be something that I would have to build all of it. So, um, just a basic wood, wood frame with the glass in it, and then the computer aspect behind it. I would need a monitor that would um, the shelf, not the shelf, the shell of the monitor apart, and then put just the electronic components inside, just to make it cleaner. With the 3D printers, it really just depends on what kind of 3D printer that you want it to get. There are kits, um, like the ANET A8s that I have currently, that you can get for around 150 to 100 and about 180 bucks, right in there to get a kit 3D printer. So for that one, you have to build the entire thing. There are some other like pre-built 3D printers, that you just plug and go, and those will cost you around $250 to $300 for one of those. But I like to build stuff, and I like to tinker and tweak with stuff. So that's why I ended up getting the kit, because it was better as far as the price goes. But the other thing is that I can change anything about it the way that I want it to be. So that's why I went with that. But if you guys want links for 3D printers, let me know, because I can send you a list of printers that I would recommend and links to those printers. Um, so you just let me know, and I can send that email to you. I'm not necessarily a whiz. I just have been practicing with it for a while. The Flash Forge penny. The only thing I don't like about that one is that your build volume is tiny. Your actual like printer volume on that thing is like less than 5 inches, which I don't I don't particularly like that. I want something with a much bigger build volume. But that one is one of those that that it is set up so that you can take it out of the box, put it on the counter, and um, and go. So the build volume on that one is 140 millimeters cubed. So mine is 220 millimeters on the X and Y axis. So width and length basically, and then 240 millimeters tall. So and that's the kind of build volume that I wanted to go with. But like that one has is set up that you can pull it out of the box, put it on the counter, and go. It's going to be quieter than what mine is because mine is more open. Um, what would be the other benefit of it? That one is Wi-Fi. Mine you would have to plug into a computer, but um, okay, Mike, will you send me an email? And I will reply to that email with the list. If you don't have my email, I'll drop it in chat here. Just sending me an email with the title 3D printers, and I'll send you the list of what I would recommend. Um, but as far as Penny Queen, it really just depends on what you want to do with it. If you want something that's quiet and you want something that's out of the box, you can actually step up a lot in build volume and still be out of the box for around that price with a where's my list? With like a Creality like CR10, because those are about the same price. They range from um, um, or an Ender 3. Let's see, Ender 3. So you can get an Ender 3, which is also pretty much out of the box. And Ender 3 you can get for $260 right now. So for $30 less, and um, the Ender 3 has what's the build volume on this one? It is it's almost the same build volume as mine. So copy link. So that is a link to. See you, David. Thanks for coming in, man. That is the link to the Creality Ender 3. That is a good one, and especially for the price, um, that would be one of those that I would look at. Hey guys, I'm at 2 hours. I'm starting to drop frames a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link in the chat. This is for Coin Collecting Ohio. Please go over and raid his stream. Hit the like button. Drop in the chat that you came from CJ's, and yeah, and tell him that you came from CJ's. So I'm gonna shut this down, and yeah, we'll go from there. Penny, I will look around. There's some other options. I will send you an email on some other options for you. But that link in the chat right now, that is for Coin Collecting Ohio. So let's go over there and raid his stream a little bit. Tell him that you came from CJ's, and go hit the like button so we can support the community. Okay, guys? Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it very much for coming and hanging out. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys around the streams. All right. Have a great night.